Hi, welcome back to The Systems Entrepreneur. I'm Kelly, and I'm so excited for this series I'm calling Debating Business. It's a 4-part series which combines my debate experience in college with my entrepreneurial experience post-college to teach you how to run marketing and sales with a slightly different bend. So if you don't know me, I was a collegiate debater. I've never seen a policy debate before attending college, but I did debate for 3 years, and I want to show you how the flow of a policy debate can be modeled and we can learn from it in our business, sales, and marketing. And I think it's a really unique perspective because when I was in debate, I was very competitive, and I had to go into a round which is about 90 minutes long, and I had to win every single one of the points that I'm going to share with you in order to win the debate round. And for the first, actually all 3 years I debated, my partners and I were ranked 4th in our division nationally. So as a novice my freshman year, 4th in the nation, same for JV my junior and sophomore and junior year. And I didn't debate my senior year, but helped out as a part-time coach. And what I learned has helped me so much. So the first step to winning a debate as a policy debater was proving the status quo. What's happening right now and why is it bad? We were debating things like abolishing the death penalty and having better relationship with China and global warming. And you had to not only prove that things were happening like climate change, but that they were bad. Because imagine you got a piece of marketing that was like, hey Kelly, you do not currently own a tarantula. Be like, yeah, that's true. That's accurate of the status quo. That is not a problem. I do not want a tarantula. In fact, I considered moving to a town in 2020 that has a tarantula festival because the whole area is like awash in tarantulas. Not great. But you have to prove for anyone that you're selling to of what their current situation is and why that's not helping them. It's not ideal. And it's got to be better than, well, it could be a little bit better, because we don't typically make buying decisions with like, ooh, you could improve by 1%. We want makeovers. We want transformations. We want big differences. And the way you get a big after story is you have to prove that the before is a bit miserable. So one way you could do this is you could say, if you don't currently have X, then you're risking Y. So finance is an easy example here. If you don't have a tax accountant, you could be wasting tens of thousands of dollars in taxes that you shouldn't have to pay. Oh, if you're doing this, then you're probably experiencing that. So if you're not working with a trainer who can help you properly stretch and adapt, movements for your body, you're risking a massive injury. Pain that could go on for months. You have to bring people into the pain of the moment. And I know that's hard because as a society, we like to reward like positive thinking and let's focus on the good stuff. But in sales, you have to begin with things that aren't working, because otherwise, why would you change? Now, I do think this technique is a little bit harder when you're selling a luxury item, right? Like, oh, you don't have this $10,000 handbag, and okay, what's the bad thing? That might just be that I'm not really big into luxury, but you, in those cases, are more highlighting what they're missing out on. So you're not a part of our exclusive country club, which means you're not in the dining room having conversations with other business people and making connections. Oh, you don't have this status symbol, which means you're not getting into that club or you're not being invited to the right parties. So it's a little bit different with luxury items, but I think most of the entrepreneurs are selling services or selling like products and courses that have an outcome. So just reverse all that like ideal client profile avatar work that I'm sure you've done a million times and look at where someone is now and what happens if they don't change? Because that's where we can make the biggest difference through this process. So after we understand the status quo, we can move into step 2, which is the next video on the harms. But before that, I want you to really write down if somebody doesn't hire you, work with your company, buy your product, what is their current reality that will not change? And once you have that, click on the next button or the link in the description below, and let's look at step 2 of debating business.